Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we've got an Alan Jackson song, She's Got the Rhythm. She's Got the Rhythm is a Alan Jackson country song, and it was a request for Sienna, one of my supporters on Patreon. I'm going to show you the intro, which is on the guitar originally, the vocal line for verse and chorus, the short guitar solo, the fiddle solo that takes over from that, some ideas for backup all the way through, and some ideas for an improvised solo. So let's start off with the intro, and this is quite a slow song, and it's a kind of a 12/8 feel. So we're going to count it 1, 2, 3, and here it starts off on the guitar sliding down from a C natural via a B. So I think I would do this all with my second finger. And then it's a G sharp, goes like that. Now the last bit works really nicely with parallel fifths. So you put your second finger down, but you have your finger down enough on the E string as well, so you can play two clean notes at the same time, and your finger as normal, but you have your bow playing A and E strings at the same time. Let's just hear that intro with the backing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's go through the verse and chorus, and this is mainly for you to learn the structure of the song and where the phrasing is and where the gaps are. I'll show you it once more or less as written, and then we'll play it in a more fiddle friendly style. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chorus. So if you are going to play it, then you want to have some drones, either finger drones or open string drones, to just fill this out. I'll play it again once without the drones and the second time with the drones. So I'm not going to go through all of those drones, but like an A, you want an E drone over it, a D, put a D, F sharp under it, an E, put a B under it, and so on. I do have a kind of introductory video to drones and several videos on how to choose 2-note chords to go with the backing of a tune. Okay, let's look at the solos. So they're both just 4 bars, guitar solo followed by a fiddle solo. So it is quite feasible to learn both of them. So the guitar solo starts off with that. Now this is fairly simple, but it has to be done in 3rd position. Start with your first finger on an A on the E string. So put that down first, and then put your 2nd finger next to it on a D sharp. 3rd finger next to that gives you an E. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 is what we're doing. And then that's an A over a C natural. Do that again. 3, 4. So that's all it is. That's a G natural. So that's the guitar solo. If you don't like that one, you could do that, which is easier. 1st position, bring your 1st finger up to from a B to a B sharp, which is actually a C. Put your 2nd finger next to it and use the open E. Then the fiddle takes over. So that's C natural, C sharp, C natural, up to 3rd position. That's the hardest bit. That's a C sharp over an A with your 4th finger. But if that's too hard, just do. And that's it. Let's play those 2 parts of the solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Hopefully you're actually going to get a longer solo, and we'll look at that in a minute. Whether you actually learn that solo or make up your own, entirely up to you. I think I would at least do the opening lick of the guitar part on it. And of course, if you have a guitarist, then they're going to want to have that line, and you'll just have to drop out. And also, if you don't have a lead guitarist, then you might want to do the guitarist's fills on the verse. But otherwise, there's quite a lot of nice rhythm stuff you could do. So let me give you a simple rhythm part. Here's the intro. So first half of that, it was 2-note chords, playing 2 notes with a chaka. And if you're not familiar at all with the chaka, you could just do that. But to me, it feels so unsatisfying doing that. And it wouldn't take you long to learn. And if you're already down some way down the route of learning proper chopping or modern chopping, then you have this kind of stuff. And that may be really useful, or it may really get in the way, depending on who else is playing. If you're playing this in a band with a drummer, providing you're not too loud, you can do as much of that fancy chopping as you like, and it will entertain yourself, if nobody else. And the second half of on the chorus, in fact, I was doing picking 2-note chords and just doing long notes, and that works really well. And when it comes to choosing your 2-note chords, I do suggest you look at my video called the 3-chord trick, which gives you a very specific approach to how to choose the best pairs, which will give you 3 chords that on the fingers will lie right next to one another without any worrying about where you're going to go next. It's just the most natural thing in the world once you know how to do it. So yeah, look at the 3-chord trick. Finally, if you come to improvise a solo, it's a straightforward chord sequence, apart from there's a surprise B7 in the chorus. So we've got so it's going from D to B7. And I'll bet a lot of people play through this song, a lot of fiddle players play through this song and always hear that chord and never know what it is, and never take the trouble to find out what it is. But if you're going to play either backing or solo, then unless you're going to just bluff it, then you need to find out what are those mysterious little chords, so that you can play them properly. So I'm going to finish off by doing a bluesy kind of mostly D, A major blues scale solo a few times around verse and chorus. Here's the verse. And so on. So yeah, always we'll look out for that B in the middle of the chorus. Hope you found this useful. If you'd like a copy of the sheet music, do subscribe to the channel, send me an email, I will send you a PDF. And if you look around the Fiddle channel, there are several others, probably five or six other Alan Jackson songs and a lot of other ones like it, and basic videos on all of the various techniques that I've talked about. So I hope you'll consider joining me on Patreon, which is what helps to support me keep these videos coming. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.